Hello, I'm Vadini Ariyam. In this video, I'm going to talk about how to expand your records as your business grows. You can use an analyze cash book. As your business grows, you might want to know some anecdotal information, maybe regarding your expenses. As income increases, the cost will increase. Therefore, it is vital to know about your expenditure. For example, you might want to know how much you have spent to increase your sales. Also, you might be selling different types of products and you might want to know how much each product is bringing in for you in the form of sales. Add a few more columns to your cash book. That's the one you have to do it. If you want to know the income and expenditure this way, start adding more columns to your cash book. Then at the end of the month, end of the week or month, when you get the totals, we'll come to know how much you spent and how much you earned as well. That all said, I have to make a point here. The figures will not be the full financial information because you will not know how much you owe to your suppliers and how much is receivable from your sales. Therefore, it could be a starting point for you to understand the basics of accounting for your business. I have just given below a sample cash book. That is, I have made the cash book only for the payments. Then you can, using this, study this carefully and you can create a same type of cash book for sales as well. The first column in this is date. The date is important because the financial statements, the financial year is normally set for 12 months. So the date is important. Next to that column is total. Total means, for example, in this case, I will take the example, the second one, 251.49 is, I have put it in the total column, but it includes expenses in 3 areas. That is yoga expenses. This is a cash book for yoga business. Yoga expenses, telephone expenses, and cleaning expenses. So like that, you might come across a total expenditure in the total column, but it has to be allocated to different columns according to your business. Then the telephone expenses, the insurance for the company and for you as well. Advertisement, you have to, previously I said you will like to know the money you spent on advertising to bring in more sales. So this, you set up a column for advertisement and enter the figures you have spent on advertising. Cleaning, you need somebody to clean your place or you will be spending money on cleaning, so that's a cleaning expenses. Vehicle expenses means repairs to your vehicle. For a business you need a vehicle, and vehicle expenses you will need it. And travel expenses, in businesses you've got to travel as well. So therefore, this type of cash book will show you the individual sums of the expenses, and that should be, when you add up the individual expenses in each column, that is individual expenses, the total should come to the total in the total column. Otherwise, there's something wrong in the allocations, wrong in the postings. I have created this cash book only for payments. Now you will find it easy to create for sales like this. In this type of cash book, you can enter the total you spent on an item. I have explained this to you in amount column and then extend that to a particular expenditure column. Sometimes the total amount in the entire column indicates expenses on few things. I have explained this to you just 1 minute ago. Therefore, you need to allocate it accordingly. So sometimes you might want to pay the VAT also, VAT. You might be might have registered for VAT. So if you have to do the calculations for VAT, you can adjust the headings of the columns according to the need of your business. If you claim VAT, you can enter the total amount there and finally calculate the VAT payable amount when you get the totals of the columns. Say for example, for the traveling expenses, so for the yoga expenses, if you have, say you have spent 2,812, in this example I'm talking about 0.15. So from that, they calculate the VAT payable, receivable, sorry. We input VAT is receivable from these payments. But you have to check whether each payments are registered for VAT. Sometimes people don't register for VAT. In that case, you cannot claim. You are not paid for the VAT, that means. So some figures will include the VAT and some figures will not include the VAT. So you have to check that before extracting the VAT figure for the VAT payments. It is usually the transactions centered weekly and get the totals at the end of the month. Therefore, you will know, for example, how much you spent on advertising at the end of the month. I have explained all this? Yes. Then at the end of the month, when you get the totals for the columns, make sure the sum of the analysis column is equal to the amount in the total column. Another point, you might be using credit card for purchases, so payments made regularly need analyzing separately. You cannot include that here. Even though you make the payments, for example, you might have a you might have a column for credit card payments. So you might enter, this is a bank account, this is the bank account, you might enter £500 you have paid for the credit card. So take that £500 and create another spreadsheet like this for the credit card payments. Analyze it separately. Once you have analyzed that, you can put the totals in this as well. Total in the cash payments and total in the credit card payments. Total it all together. That will be the monthly expenditure for your business. You cannot miss that out because you might be arriving at a bigger profit if you neglect the credit card purchases analysis. I hope you like these tips. When your business grows, how will you manage your accounts? That is the idea of creating this video for you. I hope you like these tips. We understood these tips. If you like it, please share it as well. Like this video, please share it as well. Thank you. Bye now. Talk soon.